Okay, first round. Yeah, we'll keep this. Yeah, Boris Energy. Oh, basic mountain. Nice. Yeah, take care of that while we have the chance. There we go. Of course. They always have it. Okay. Well, this war state would be great if we didn't have to deal with this Ajani. So board wipe while we have a chance. It's also it's also another clean answer to Ajani. Roku, okay. Hmm. Alright, let's see how many basic lands are running over there. Probably should have tapped double quarry here. Okay. Can I at least take 4, 7? This is another Johnny. Okay. Souls. Let's see, they make a token. I think we're just dead here, aren't we? Attack for 4, down to 7. They're trading Ragavans here. Oh, just the gain the life. down to 7. Definitely would like to hit another Wrath of Skies here. I'll even take a Avengers Disassembled here. Of course, we're going to take, like, what, 5 damage here? Go down to 2. Oh, actually, no. Yeah, we got down to 2. We definitely need to find Avengers Disassembled. Yeah, if this is Johnny wasn't on the battlefield, this is definitely a different game for us. Still think it was wise to still do the first Wrath of Skies. Okay, we Solitude. That doesn't really do anything. Let's see. Guess we'll tap like this. Cleansing Wildfire. So they're running at least 3 basic planes. Darn. Okay. Yeah, we're gonna concede here. Dang. Just drawing all lands at that point. Okay, so Measures Disassembled. Probably just still taking out Legend of Roku here. Yeah, Wear and Tear, since we did see a Legend of Roku, and I think we could probably take out one of these. As much as I still want to experiment with that card. I think we'll try this. Oof. Good hand if we had more lands. Double mountains, that's funny. I think we'll still try this though. Probably shut the Wrath of God. Or maybe we should have actually been to Solitude. Yeah, I guess we probably could have been the Solitude. Yeah, that's... I wonder if we wait a little bit on this. I think we can safely take 3 here. See if they kind of commit to more creatures. We'll take 3. Johnny's good. Of course, they probably have an answer to this is Johnny. Of course they do. Take 4 here. Well, that would have been nice to answer Johnny. Could always flashback next turn. So... cast, hit the mountain there. Okay. So opponent has Reno Glory. Okay, Legend Roku, which we can safely answer with that Wear and Tear. Another Legend. Okay, so they do have another Legend of Roku. This guy is not bad. We just need to hit another land to safely get rid of both of these. I guess if we, since we do have that option, we can also just Solitude. We have the option for Flashback, do a Cleansing Wildfire, possibly. 3. I think we still just, this probably could just be a Solitude turn, so I think we'll just pass it back. One of those like rare times where I kind of wish I was running a little bit of some Galvanic Discharges here. Okay, how's it pray? That's fine. Goblin Bombardment, a little annoying there. So we're taking 2, going down to 10. They make a token, go down to 7. I'm glad we have this Wear and Tear, just in case. So we take, oh yeah, we can Solitude, probably the opposite Pride. Maybe block the 2/1. I could also just use both of these creatures to kill off the Solitude too. See, double white. So we do have access to 3 white here. Opponent with 3 cards, and they also have this other Legend of Roku. Okay, another Oslet Pride. So what's this? We take 2, go down to 10. Then make a token, go down to 6. They can sacrifice this, put us down to 2. How are we thinking about that? Let's see. Because I'd really like to use this Terror for the Legend of Roku. Damn. I think our best chances here is just trying to go Solitude. Wrath of Sky is X2 possibly. I don't know, we definitely need to draw a land, I think. Because I think X4 feels pretty good. I don't think we can even Solitude, because then they'll actually get a trigger off of these opposite prides. So I think we actually just have to take the 2. Alright, down to 6. Our opponent definitely hasn't gained any life. Okay. Alright, so now we flash in Solitude. I guess if it matters here, pretty sure they'll probably just take out 2 of these. Well, let's see. We'll take out one of the Oscillate Prides. We'll sack that probably to the Goblin Bombardment and maybe sack another creature here. And we have to kind of keep in mind too is that, okay, so that's 2 damage, not going to our face, thankfully enough. Okay, cool. We did draw a land here. Still not guaranteed that we're going to win this though, but that does make our turn a little bit better here. So we go X is 4, definitely going to wipe out Legend of Roku. Of course, they do have the option for another Legend of Roku. Ew. Yeah. So So pinging us down to 4. Yeah, still not looking great here, but we do have this flashback that we can use for Wrath of Skies. Ah. Alright. 2, 3, 4. Boom. Does kind of make me wish I was playing like more Get Lost here, because we would love to have another answer to Ajani here. Yeah, Ajani makes a well, let's see what they do here. Goblin Bombardment again. Ugh. Yeah, we take 2. Got it down to 3 here. Okay. So how do we do this? Chandra. Fortunately, can't kill that Ajani. So we flashback. I guess we have to just flashback and do this again for 2. We can go Wear and Tear. Let's see. Start with tearing this Goblin Bombardment first. Okay, that worked. Strip away a land here. Let's yeah, let's hit Rain of Glory so we just don't die to like any random haste creatures. The only thing we can really die to is a Ragavan. Alright. We'll make 2 Duders and attack Ajani. Or no, if we attack Ajani, we're just dead. Yeah. Oh wait, I think we're just dead anyways. Yeah. Actually, I think we were just supposed to Wrath of Skies. I think flashback. Yeah, never mind. Really. Well, hopefully our opponent doesn't see the line. Alright, they do. Alright. Yeah, I forgot. You can put tokens on the creature. We're just dead at that point, so 0-2 with first round here. Well, we're going to draw anyways. Still doesn't want to show us. Alright, we're trying Chandra out here, just as a kind of a spicy 2 of. Okay, well... Alright, so 0-1 in this league. Alright, we're kind of doing some spice here. God. I'd swap this out for our basic mountain, and I would definitely try this hand. Do have a road. We could also try to risk it. Nope. Okay. Demo field goes, and it's the matchup that we're probably playing. Probably want to keep this Wrath of Skies, so maybe we just bin one of these Cleansing Wildfires. Sunken Citadel will be on white, I think, and then Field Rune, get a basic... Yeah. Wish this was more of a multi-6, though, but we'll keep it as is. Kind of see what we're up against. I don't know. Kind of want to be a little bit incentivized to keep this Wrath of Skies. March Flats. Watergrave. That'd be in Thoughtseize. Okay. Oh. Otherworldly Gaze. Okay. Nothing too scary, thankfully. I think we still go Field Ruin here. Probably could have just shipped this Wrath of Skies, but I always like having it as just an insurance. Alright. Get rid of this Watery Grave while we can, just in case they don't have any basics for whatever reason. Alright, since we have Rugged Prairie, I guess we can get Basic Mountain here, I think? Nah, probably still want to get a Basic Plains. Ooh, Basic Island. Love seeing that. Guess we could have just got red off of this. That's fine. Target that island, I want to say. Oh, okay, so, well, yeah, it is Esper. Right. Well, keeping them off of blue is good here, so maybe they try to play another Psychic Frog. Alright, they're Red Shock in here. Looks like this is probably Esper Reanimator, because I did see a build that was kind of running kind of like Gorya's, but not exactly. Okay, this is Gorya's. Okay, Demo Field. Chances are they're only playing just one of each basic here. Do we take one more point of damage here? Kind of like being able to just kind of strip away our opponent's mana base here. This time I think we'll get a basic mountain. Alright. Yeah, our opponent is definitely off of basics here. I guess if our opponent wants to go in on this Chandra, that's fine. We can take up. Yeah, we'll just attack him for 2 here. Hopefully no Gorya's Vengeance here. Okay, I guess no Gorya's Vengeance. They're attacking us, not Chandra, thankfully. Timely Thoughtseize is there, that's good. However, we can still cast it with Chandra. So opponent could have a Force Negation. Of course, they would have to 2-for-1 themselves here, but I think that's fine. Nice, it does work. Cool, and then this one will name red. Okay, hopefully no end of turn Gorya's Vengeance. Nope, we dodged that one. We're gonna probably dodge it again. Bit of Solitude in the graveyard. Okay, that's good. We do want to keep them from casting this Faithful Mending, so I guess we could also try to cash in this Chandra and Price of Freedom. What is it, their blue source here? We also do have the option to go Quarry Mountain. So being that we did draw a Solitude, let's see, they bend a card. I think we still, let's see, we'll kind of tick up on Chandra so we can try to do this again. This also works well with our Ajani, which is kind of nice. So I think we'll let them kind of have a turn to do this, I guess. Not ideal, but yeah, because we're 2 mana shy. Looks like another. Okay, I thought they were gonna cast Thoughtseize here. Okay, so there's Agoria's Vengeance, sadly. Okay. I guess the question is, do we try to do this now? Because I feel like they'll, I don't know, with 5 cards they probably have an Ephemerate. Do we just make them have an Ephemerate? Yeah. Okay, this is still in the main phase, so I guess if they try to go for a Thoughtseize before combat, it will definitely flash in this Solitude. Thankfully, no Ephemerate, but there could be a chance that they have one in hand. Let's see, Thoughtseize, March, Breeding Pool, so they got 4 cards. March and Thoughtseize, okay. So this is what they have in their hand, plus 5 unknown cards. All right. See if they try to attack our Chandra, maybe? They're attacking us. I think we'll take the damage and go to 11 here. Because I think they're going to try to Ephemerate this turn. If they have double Ephemerate, that's what it is. Yeah. So we want them to kind of take, or make the first move here. 1, 2, I guess, let's see. Kind of make it bluff that we have a, what is it, Path to Exile or a Road here. Okay. Interesting that they're not doing this in response to the target. Because we'll definitely be able to exile this Chandra, this Atraxa. So let's see, March. They haven't cast any. They haven't cast anything yet. So let's see. Goria's Vengeance, Blue to Delta, Atraxa. So Goria's Vengeance. Okay, so they can do this again next turn. Spinning ending. Holy cow! It's hard to keep up with this. Prismatic ending. Ephemerate. Okay, I believe this is what they have in hand. Alright. I guess we take out this Atraxa, though. Fine with that. Problem is, though, they can just discard down to hand size, and then they have another, what is it, Atraxa, Goria's Vengeance combo here. And they do have blue to Delta, too, so they can always get another black source, so in case we draw, let's see. Okay, so there's a Grizzlebrand and a Atraxa in the graveyard. So we strip away their black sources here. I guess they don't have... Okay, so they have a water grave in the graveyard. So I guess the land would come into play tapped. It's actually good. So I think we're just gonna start with an attack here first. Definitely want to attack. Try to move this mic a little bit closer here. Yeah, it feels a little bit more important to get rid of their black sources for sure. So they... Yes. To get rid of the swamp, and then we'll Field Ruin the other card, but let's see what we draw first. Sacred Foundry. Yeah, this Chandra already doing some work. I'm loving it. Alright, no ephemeral target. Yeah, because their Water Grave's in the graveyard, and their Godless Shrine is also in the graveyard. Solitude, pitch a white card. By exiling a white card, what do they pitch? Okay, Prismatic Ending. That's fine. Or I guess... Okay, I guess we don't know... Yeah, I guess these cards are gone too. I mean, that's fine. We'll gain an additional 3 more life. 2 Faithful... Oh wait, double white here. What are you doing for double white? They do have Bream Pool in hand. Yeah, Bream Pool's in hand. They're also going to shock it. Oh, okay. Are they going to flashback Faithful Mending here? That would probably make sense. Oh. Or they're just going to float 2 mana for nothing, I guess. I think they meant to actually cast Faithful Mending here, so that was probably a little bit of a punt for my opponent. Interesting, though. Yeah, they just took 2 damage for nothing here. I'll definitely take that. Alright, so we'll exile the top card, see what we get here. Yeah, a road is something that I would like to see on their turn, but... Alright. I mean, we can try to put this road into our graveyard somehow. I mean, let's see, what are we thinking here? I guess we'll start with an activation again. This time we have until the next turn to play that card. And we do have the mana for Solitude. Alright. Quarry Mountain, I think I definitely want to play, since we can use that as well. I think sadly our road's going to go to the graveyard. Do we want to take up? Yeah, we'll just kind of tick up on Chandra here. That way if we get another card in the graveyard, we can utilize that. Yeah, I think the only black sources that they have left are lands that come into play tapped, so I think we should have another turn. Okay, here they're probably flashing back Faithful Mending. Or just casting one from hand, I would think. Green, blue. Okay, yeah. March? Can't... Oh, Prismatic Ending, jeez. Oh, that's true. I guess we already knew that they had another one. Okay. That's fine. Chandra's kind of done its duty. I mean, it got rid of 2 lands, thankfully enough. We'll take it. I am kind of digging 3-mana Chandra in this deck so far. Okay, we'll exile the top card. Yeah, we're definitely gonna hit lands. Things like Field of Ruin is one of them. Field of Ruin will hit the battlefield. I think we'll keep this in check for their black sources, because again, this is gonna keep their, what is it, them from being able to play their Goryo's Vengeance. So I think we're kind of in a reasonable spot here. I guess this could have been a turn to buy back here, I would imagine. Probably could have been a turn to probably play Castle, but that's fine. Yeah, we won't activate Field of Ruin just yet. Have to exile. Could try to go for another activation, maybe. Yeah, let's do that. Since we do have the option for both. Would love to hit another demo field. A Johnny, I'll take that. Yeah, we'll keep this. We'll keep this tapped, or sorry, not tapped, but in case they try to tap it for something. Play a castle, kind of start doing this beatdown plan if we can. So sadly, Path to Exile goes, but I don't think we're too worried about it now. Cool. They actually tapped this one. Good for us. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they're out of like untapped black sources here. So I think we're in a reasonable spot. 1 card on top. Okay. Make a token. Go to us. Tick up. Target this. Start the beatdown plan. Yeah, our opponent's definitely sandbagging that Polluted Delta, because we know that's in hand. Okay, Flooded Strand. Unless I'm just completely wrong here, but let's see. Even if they keep the card on top, they'll have to shuffle it away with Field Ruin. They do keep the card on top. Okay, yeah, we'll get rid of that black source while we can. Make another token. Pass back. We have a flashback, but no available targets for it just yet. Almost misclick there. Alright. Opponent's ahead by a minute here. Let's see. Falaji. I think we'll respond with a Solitude. Oh, wait. Except we'll tap it better since we can actually get Castle on the field too, right? Yeah, we'll respond just in case they have like Ephemerate of some sort. And they also just gained 0 life here. Okay, let's go to the next game here, which is great for us actually. Cool. So 4 Rest in Peace come in. Definitely gonna take out Flashback. Oh, we also want to bring in Vexium Bubbles. Chandra still has some text on it because we can at least use the first 2 modes off of this card, but her -2 not so much once we have a Rest in Peace out. So I feel like I'm incentivized to kind of board that out, but of course Avengers Disassembled probably gets taken out. Wrath the Skies. Maybe we do something like this actually, because we do have to deal with like things like Teferi. So again, Chandra's not really a deck card, but it also does apply pressure on our opponent's side of the field. I do want to probably bring in the 3rd Vexium Bubble here. Chandra, not so much here. I think we're going to try that. 6-mana Chandra, rather. And it actually kind of works well with 6-mana Chandra with the 3-mana one. I feel like we almost just want to call this deck Oops All Chandras. But I was going to take a mulligan down to 6. How are we feeling about this hand? Doesn't have a Rest in Peace, but if we draw into one, we're in good shape. Do have a Price of Freedom. We do have answers to some of these creatures, but if we struggle on lands, then this is just kind of a bad hand. I think I kind of want... I don't know. This is mana to cast Rest in Peace. I think I'm okay with this. I'd rather just not mull down against like a Thoughtseize deck. This is a redraw. No Entomb. Okay. Keep a card on top, though. Okay, we did draw a land. Yeah, Wrath of the Sky is not really all that great in this matchup. Of course, we do have... It is a reasonable answer for Psychic Frog. Ooh. Basic Island. Alright. Traxive, Prismatic Ending. Okay. I think we still want to strip away that black source, though, but this will give them the option of either a swamp or a plains here. Of course, I would almost be kind of tempted to take out the island. Alright, so they value the swamp, which makes me think that they have Agoria's Vengeance. Okay, and this is probably going to be Ephemerate here. I mean, we still won last game, even despite them having, like, what is it, being able to draw 20 cards here. Ooh, no white source here. That's interesting. Okay, this is... Okay. Never mind. I was kind of expecting it to be Agoria's Vengeance. They're going to choose to not put a card in their hand. Interesting. So here... I'd still like to target the basic mountain. Or basic mountain, basic swamp here. So if we draw a field rune or demo field, we can answer the other one. This will swap it out for plains, I would imagine. It's probably what they want. This will be on white, and we'll just ship it back. Now they're definitely out of basic lands here. Now the next step is to definitely strip them off of black mana here. So there's a guy with a shrine. They didn't do anything. That's good. Alright, let's start with this. just in case they have a Goryo's Vengeance that they want to do. They do not. We definitely want to search. Get a basic planes in case they have like a Harbinger. So they do have a Water Grave, so they just still have the option to be able to cast their Atraxa. Still think this is a turn where we want to strip away their Black Source. Now if they have Force of Will or Force of Negation, that's fine. It's looking pretty good for us. I usually don't get like a clean 2-0 victory against Esper Gorya if this is the case. But still not out of the woods though. Blue to Delta, which makes me think they're probably going to go for Water Grave, yeah. Could be a turn to flash this back. Psychic Frog, we do have Wrath of Skies as an answer for that. Wrath of Skies looking really good here. They do have 2 cards, so they would have to have Force Negation and a blue card to pitch. We do have a 5th land, so we can, if that's the case, we can still answer at one of these creatures with an Erode. Alright. Keep forgetting I should click on the card first. So Route this guy is X2. Get our nice 2-for-1 here. I think we want to hold up basic planes untapped. This would be a Hollowed Fountain. Oh, or Archive, I guess. Tapped. Put a card on top. That can be good. Well, if it's a Goryo's Vengeance, we want to be able to answer this now. 1, 2. White, red, this. Damn. We're going to be 1 mana shot. Oh, there we go. Alright, we're in. And we can play, and we can get a card look out of Kori. Absolutely. Alright, so this will answer that Water Grave, hopefully. Ooh, and Rest in Peace. Let's go. I think we do red resolves. Hell yeah. Okay, now it feels like we're winning. Of course, now they have 3 cards in hand. They could easily Prismatic Ending this, but wiping out their graveyard still feels pretty good. No, Teferi, they could easily bounce this back. That's fine. Pretty sure we just get lost this Teferi, because that's this 2. Actually, no, probably a Road here. 2 mana for Rest in Peace. Play as Castle, and then have the option for a Castle or a Quarry Mountain, kind of depending on what our opponent does here. Excuse me. Okay, nice. Clean 2-0 against Esper Gorya. Let's go. Chandra. I don't know, Chandra seemed really good in that first game there. It's kind of why we wanted to kind of keep in another one. Plus, she's kind of like another win con in her deck. Oh, sweet. We won the die roll yet again, so we are 3-0 in die rolls. Yeah. funny. I think it's okay. I mean, we have answers to creatures just in case, but if we're playing against like a control deck, not so great here. But this will definitely buy us some time. I mean, we have at least 3 ways to give them basic lands here. Let's see, Flooded Strand, Hallowed Fountain, untapped right off the bat. Opposite Pride. I don't think we need to respond to a path or on a road just yet. Johnny, not bad until we can get like more lands on the battlefield. Can definitely take a hit from this and then get in a token. Not really too worried about it. Let's actually kind of see what their turn 2 play is here. Oh, okay, it's Jeskai. Another Pride. So now they're going to get 2 tokens out of this. I guess we have to be a little bit wary of like any counter spells, like counter magic in game 1, but I highly doubt it. Wrath of God, that's not bad. Strip away their blue source, I think. I feel like this is probably more blue-white than anything. Maybe the red is like their 3rd color. Alright. Get a basic planes because we want to be able to have Wrath of Skies turned on. Hold out this basic planes in case they play like an Ajani or something like that. So they have 7 permanents. They're going to be 1 shy from the City's Blessing. But I kind of want them to commit to some other creatures on the field if they can. At least a 1-drop. No. Okay. Okay, so we can Field Ruin again. Get rid of the Sacred Foundry. They do have a fetch land. So I guess the question is if we're kind of worried about what's in their hand. Don't think they have a Spell Pierce or anything that they're playing main deck. Could have like a Thalia. Definitely just want to clear out this board while we can, I think. Did miss our land drop, unfortunately, because I think this was still a fine keep. Just we haven't drawn our 4th land. Puts a basic planes into the graveyard? Hell yes. It's good for me. Okay, they're fetching. They only have 5 cards in hand. Okay, Quantum Riddler. There's probably going to be an Ephemerate or Consign. Okay, it's a Consign. Draw Flashback. Ugh. Field Ruin's kind of awkward because I kind of want to get a basic mountain if we can. Double Path. Get so we can get Lost and Path to Exile. I think we'll just ship it back. Not sure if the red's kind of doing anything for them at the moment. Can we take 4 damage off of this for now? Yeah, I think we can. Stripping them off of red, any good here? Feels like if we strip them off of like maybe blue sources, especially since they have 2 for Quantum Riddler, I think I'd rather do that. Might be like splashing red for like Prismatic Ending of some sort. Oh, cool. We definitely Stone Rain them. Nice. Okay. We draw a land. We could try to play as Johnny, but they could also have a Thalia. blink this, that wouldn't be good. So I think we just want to hold back and probably just hold up the option to kind of wish we had. Well, I'm fine with drawing this Quarry Mountain, but we can go Get Lost and Path to Exile. We also have the option for Flashback, which is another reason why I'm really digging Flashback. I know some people have kind of been playing like High Noon mainboard. Oh yeah, see, I kind of had a feeling there was going to be a failure. I don't know. Really liking Flashback because it just gives us the option to kind of do this again. White Orchid Phantom. So I wonder if we probably should just be valuing this Wrath of Sky or Wrath of God. We will take 6 down to 5. Oh wait, white. Yeah. Alright, get rid of this. Yes. How much are we valuing double red here? I think I'd rather prioritize like triple white at this point. Now our opponent goes to attack. 2. I think red is not going to do anything here. Half. Let's see. We let them go to attacks. I guess it would be kind of interesting to see what they choose here. I guess they attack with both of these. They're going to blink this. We go down to 5. It's not like this deck is playing any burn spells, so I think this is probably fine. Of course, they'll probably blink this to hit their flagstone. Well, wait, no, if they... Well, I guess if they have another, like, dual source. Okay, they do not. Alright, Wrath of God, hopefully this resolves. And it does. Nice. Now, if they flash another Thalia, we'll do this at end step. They do not. White Orchid Phantom. Okay, I think now we'll get our second mountain. Alright, Quarry Mountain, that was a good draw. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Just hold up double Path to Exile here. Go Johnny. See if this resolves. 2 cards in hand, they could have an Ephemerate. Let's try the Lightning Helix anyways. And if they get us, then we still get a basic land out of here. Galvanic Discharge, okay. Unfortunate, but that's fine. So at least one less card out of their hand. Unfortunately, we can't flashback Ajani. 2 cards in hand, that's fine. Price of Freedom. I guess if we were smart enough earlier, we could have stripped away the red source, so I guess the red is for Galvanic Discharge. Still want to strip away blue if we can. Okay, opponent's just going to wrap it up then. That's fine for us. Yeah, we're going to draw a demo field and probably hit their other blue source. Okay, so this is probably just Flash. Adventures Symbol is probably okay here. Same Ephemerate. Force Negation is probably played here too. Don't really need any of these other cards. I mean, the only option I can kind of think of is maybe bringing in Chandra just in case they have some kind of like counter magic. So we can consider those two options. I think Legend of Roku could probably be taken out here. Excuse me. Maybe we don't really need the... Oh wait, no, we do need this because I guess they do kind of feel like a, what is it, Jeskai energy deck. Chandra, Flashback. I don't know. Just I see blue in the deck, and I feel like this is just a nice clean answer to like wiping out their board or just having a way to just get around counter magic. Wrath of Skies felt pretty good. Get Lost, probably we could probably trim one Get Lost here. Let's try that actually, because we have like a decent amount of ways to deal with a Quantum Riddler. Probably, I guess because we're on the draw, we could kind of trim a 3-mana Chandra. Try out some Chandras there. So this hand, oh, really nice poker hand. This can name white. This comes to play tapped. We have 3 answers to their creatures. You can also name red. I think we'll try this. There's always a game 3 in case. Gonna go Guile Souls here. Okay. Now that we drew a basic plains, now we can safely name red here and then go basic plains, and then this comes into play tapped. So, okay. Start with red here. So yeah, everything we can now cast. We just want to make sure we can try to race this Guile of Souls if we can. I highly doubt it though. Mockingbird, okay. They'll gain a life and then gain 2 life, okay. So we'll have to erode this one, since now this will be a 3/4. The other one's also gonna get out of range too. So we draw our mountain. Cool. Now I kind of wish we named white on this one. I guess we'll kind of see what they do here, because they do. I do want them to kind of commit to another creature. We can also respond to them playing a creature and probably eroding probably their 3/4 Clarion. Alright. So they're gonna go to begin a combat. That's really good for us. Okay. Alright. We have another one just in case, but I guess we'll target their Sacred Foundry. They'll just wrap it up instead. I love that. Alright. Sick. They probably just, yeah, they just had no counter magic. Good for us. Cool. Damn. Alright, so 2-1 in this league. Doing a lot better than last night's RCQ. Alright, 4-0 with die rolls. I'll take that. Hot topic question: have you ever stepped on a bug on purpose before? If yes, would you ever do it again? On purpose? God. We have these like pincher bugs that are in our house. Of course I do. Let's see. This is coming to play tapped. This is tapped. Ugh. Kind of an awkward hand though, but we are on the play. I think we're okay with keeping this. Oh. Well, that or I'm just talking really low. Can you hear me now? Test, test. I do kind of sound like I am kind of mumbling though. Test, test. Oh, is this Fighting Rig? I did see a Fighting Rig deck about a week ago that was playing this. Okay, basic mountain, so we have to probably put this into play tapped. Yeah, let's put this in play tapped. Yeah, I do kind of feel like I am kind of mumbling. It's not like anyone's asleep or anything like that. I do have my mic like right up kind of close right here too, so. Okay, so this is Fighting Rig. So they're playing at least 5 basic lands. This is gonna get them a land if we've, what is it, erode it. Could also kind of wait a turn here, I think, because we can try to go Wrath of Skies. So let's just lead with a demo field and just pass. I think I'm okay with them ramping maybe just for this turn. Oh. Oh yeah, I'm sorry. To answer that question, yes, I have stepped on a bug on purpose before. We have like these pincher bugs that kind of invade our home from time to time. Those are the ones I definitely step on. So, yeah, hopefully I answered your question there. Uggin's Lab. Someone microspawn. Okay. They'll get a land, but we can actually demo field whatever land that they get. I wouldn't be surprised if it's Eldrazi Temple. Yeah. Yeah, get rid of that because we want to keep them off of K command if we can. Yes, we would love to get a land. Do we erode this? Because it feels like they're going to just ramp again. No. Ajani's good, but of course if we use Ajani to kill this, they can just kill it back. Rugged Prairie, I think we just, let's see, this has to be power 4 or greater. Okay. I think we, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think we're good here. That is the one bug I would definitely step on. I hate those bugs. I don't know. Which one do you hate the most? Say 3. This is a Fighting Rig. Okay, it's a Fighting Rig, and they're not anywhere close. But you also have the option to get lost that away too, which is nice. Another reason why I'm loving this card. Oh, of course, if they put a counter on someone microspawn, then they can produce 4 mana. So that is important to note. I see it. Most people said spiders, cockroaches. I mean, I also hate cockroaches too. I mean, spiders is another option. It kind of depends on the spider, though. I mean, black widows, I do see those from time to time. Those things I will immediately kill on sight. Um, Cockroaches, I am yet to encounter one, thankfully. Does that also mean, or does that mean you only step on them inside or anywhere? Well, it could be anywhere, honestly. Mostly inside, I would probably say, to answer that question. All right. So they're gonna get a trigger off of this. Probably target the Soen microspawn so they can turn on this Ronus. Okay. Yeah, we'll erode this while we have the chance. Because then we can go Wrath the Skies, Exodus 3, just to wipe out both of these things. They don't even attack. Interesting. They are pretty close to Emrakul mana, so that is 5, 6, 7. 2 card types. Kind of makes me think that they do have one. Alright, so Exodus 3 will kind of get the 3 for 1 here since the, what is it, there's a face down card here. Do 3. Seems to be probably a K command for 2. Better. Oh, the McWin sauce version. What is it? 2 mainboard rip and 4 high noon. It looks quite good and worth a test plus video value. I mean, I'd be willing to test it out. I actually was talking to a couple buddies of mine who were also on Ponza. Their first round, they actually played the Ponza Mirror, and that was kind of intriguing to watch. One of them was playing High Noon mainboard, but not Rest in Peace. I don't know about Rest in Peace mainboard, but I have heard of this version. It is 61 cards, though. He said he didn't notice and just, what is it? Just to cut 1 Valakut Awakening. I agree. Tap land and only reds doesn't make sense. I will say this Dredge deck is not a good matchup. Funny enough, I've actually, I don't know, I played 3 rounds of this. This is my 4th round. I am currently 2-1 against it. Yeah. Ugh. Okay. God, I was not expecting all this to happen on the same turn. I guess, well, let's see. We exiled 20 cards, so that's going to put us down to 27. Yeah, here is not looking so hot for us, though, but I think we have to go Get Lost. Funny enough, this Ajani will keep this Ulamog in check, so I'm not going to, like, auto-concede just yet. We'll start with stripping away their Eldrazi Temple. This thing is indestructible. Alright. Maybe I've gotten lucky with the last 2 Dredge decks, but alright, here it's not looking so hot. Alright, so this is going to be a total of 19 damage coming our way. Yeah, because we can't get lost this, so they'll strip away 20 cards. That's unfortunate. Go to blocks here. Get rid of this while we can. Of course, those map tokens, surprisingly enough, can... what was it? Oh, they're going to actually put it on their Ulamog. Dryad Arbor, okay. Not bad. Here, this is another reason why I like Ajani. We can keep this Ulamog tapped, funny enough. Put this into play tapped, pass back. Yeah, so we're not exactly dead yet, but having to mill 20 cards, that's kind of unfortunate. Was this a K command for 4? I don't know if there's, let's see, there's three cards in hand, 5 card types. Pretty sure that they have an Emrakul here. I think if they have an Emrakul here, we'll just go to the next game. I'm pretty certain that there is one. Yeah. The way they're tapping all this mana? No. Okay. I guess they can still... What is this? Can't math here. Does it makes 8? Okay. They draw 10 cards off of that. That is insane. Okay, now they could probably cast Emrakul here. Because that's 3, 7... Nope, there's 1 mana shy. Option for first cut, card cut, post board helps Eldrazi. Yeah, yeah. I mean, there's certain matchups that it does make it a lot easier for us. Ah, dang it! Them stripping that land, that's gonna hurt. Yeah, the Resin Beast main board against certain matchups, it does matter quite a bit. Oh wow, Ugin. Yeah, I'm not like really too worried about the Brood Scale matchups because the Brood Scale matchups have been mostly in my favor. Okay, Wrath of God would be awesome here. Can we draw that? Erode. So what can we do here? We can go Erode. I mean, they're just going to buy back that Ugin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Chandra. Chandra wasn't going to do anything. I was, I guess, a little bit worried about their tokens there at first. Yeah, you can definitely send me the link. Yeah, definitely send me the link for sure. I think we have to Helix here. We have to kill 5, 6, 7, 8. Probably doing too much thinking here. I guess we can wait on their maybe draw step here. Yeah, they have the mana to cast. What is it? And I think here, if Ajani dies with these 2 creatures, so be it. Or at least they'll get a counter on one of these. We do have to get lost to answer that Ugin. It's going to be tough to probably win from here, but this is probably the most brutal I've seen out of this fighting rig deck. Oh my god. Another summon microspawn. We'll float a white just in case. Still have mana open for Get Lost. Yeah, I wouldn't mind trying the like High Noon like main deck version. We're just kind of toying with Ponza a little bit. I've also been kind of looking to like kind of go back to playing some blue-white control, just doing like the Wan Xing Tong plan. Oh, okay, so now they can produce like what is it, 4 mana with us now? Yeah, if they attack, yeah, they're only attacking me just with that. So they don't really care about Ajani here. Mainly because they are gonna put Ugin back into their hand, play it. They're gonna get rid of Ajani, but thankfully we have this Get Lost. I don't know, this game's getting pretty close. Field of Ruin. They did strip away our other mountain now. Damn it. 1. So we have 2 more. We have 2 more lanes left over. Why do they hide away here? Because this is total power of 10? Okay. Probably almost tempted to just go to the next game. Oh, crap. I screwed up there. Yeah, damn it. Yeah, we'll just go to the next game. I totally forgot about that. I was supposed to field her in there. I don't think we're going to win anyways. I guess we draw Cleansing Wildfire, Demo Field. Pretty sure they're just only playing 5 basics in their deck. Damn, that was brutal. Wear and Tears come in. Avengers Disassembled. Somewhat. Main deck is fairly stock. Would like a one of Avatar Roku. Sideboard is a total mess. Well, we are playing a Legend of Roku. That hasn't changed. Other than we used to play 2 at one point and then turned down to 1. Definitely been sold on Ajani Vengeance for a while, but yeah, we're just trying this new Chandra. Well, not new. Feels like all these cards that we're trying out are like old school cards from like, you know, as late as like 17 years ago. We are trying to make room for wear and tear, and this is one of those matchups where we do bring in recipes, I guess, for Emrakul. That's what I'm kind of curious about, because if we do, we want to take out like Flashback. That feels like the most obvious if we're bringing in Rest in Peace for any of those matchups. I guess Eternalize there too, so I guess we'll take out Flashback for 2 Rest in Peace. Yeah, Rest in Peace main board would have been kind of nice for this particular matchup. Let's see, Legend Roku, I feel like can probably go and probably been another Chandra. If, again, Chandra has this line of text that still kind of matters. Yeah, because we don't want to bring in Vexing Bubble because they can still cast Emrakul, or Ulamog still gets around the Vexing Bubble trigger, or at least the cast trigger. I don't know, this matchup's been fine for me so far, but I understand that maybe it's overall not a great matchup, but it's a lot better than playing against Titan, I will say that for sure. I would much rather play against this matchup than Titan. Second Citadel can be on white. This is a mountain, so we can play Rest in Peace, Price of Freedom. Problem is, we're on the play here, though. The deck plays at least 5 basic forest. Bubble's good for at turn off. Dredge and Hideaway. Well, yeah, and I have done that before. But like I said, with Hideaway, if they put it on a creature that will still be able to trigger the Hideaway, if they get like an Emrakul, it doesn't stop the cast trigger. It'll obviously counter the Ulamog and Emrakul, but that's still gonna kind of get us there regardless. I don't know how I feel about this hand. So the question about, are we favored against Titan because the numbers don't match that? Maybe it's just me. I can have maybe like Rest in Peace. Maybe this is one of those like matchups where I think you do want to have High Noon and Rest in Peace main board for those kind of matchups. If you're playing that kind of deck, I think you're probably mostly favored for Titan, but I don't know. Even in post sideboard, they haven't really been all that great for me. I think we try this. I don't know. I think we have to mulligan this. God, should have just kept. Ugh. All right, we're gonna mulligan again. All right, hands a little bit fine. Probably been that 2. God, wish this was a mull down to 6. was probably almost better just keeping the original 7, to be honest. Yeah, the problem with me against playing Titan, though, is like you can have Rest in Peace, but they'll have an answer to that. They can play around Rest in Peace just fine. If you have High Noon, High Noon's like the best answer to it, which I think if you're gonna mainboard one of the two cards, I think you definitely want to do mainboard High Noon. I can definitely get past that for sure too. I think if this was going back like 7 years ago, where our opponents are playing like Hogak and whatnot, oh yeah, you definitely are playing Rest in Peace there. Speaking of which, I think we'll just lead with a Rest in Peace, so that way it's just on the field. We can start stripping away their lands with Price of Freedoms and Field of Runes here. I don't know. I could just be a bad pilot, though, is the question. That's going to be a lot of mana next turn, so I think we have to kill that on sight. Not only does this keep him off of mana, but I think we'll have an answer to this 6/6, I think, eventually. Or at least hopefully. I would hate to lose to the 6/6. Yeah. Actually, you know what? I'm stupid. Fighting rig. Yeah, we're just gonna concede here. I totally screwed up. The whole point of this deck is fighting rig. We hit the yeah, I don't know why there. My brain just kind of got a little bit fried. Whoops. Yeah, we hit that. Yeah, we hit that. That should have been the target. Ugh. Feel like that game would have gone a little bit differently there. Yeah, like I said, I totally screwed up there. My mind was like thinking, okay, they're gonna have 4 mana. We want to kill the mana dork while we can. But answering the 6/6, I don't know. My mind just for some reason just wasn't thinking, oh yeah, fighting rig, which this is the whole point of the deck. And I played against this matchup 3 times. Just I think that was just kind of a little bit of a derp moment for me. That one was kind of like an auto punt there. Ugh. Oh, these lands coming into play tapped though. Golly. Yeah, can't keep this one. Opponent's mulligan down to 5. I think we'll have to join them. I would definitely take this if this was a mountain. Yeah, we would keep this if this was a mountain. Mulligan again. Yeah. Keep this one. I think we... I don't know. Opponent's mulligan down to 5. What could they be playing here? I think we've been a Chandra for now, just because we don't have access to double red. There's an argument for Avengers Disassembled here as well. Of course, being able to hit creatures and lands feels good. Could be playing against Tron. This could be wrong, but I think we're gonna try this. Blooming Marsh. Inquisition. Ugh. Oh, is this like the Necro deck? Oh, it probably is. I think this one's also not a good matchup for us either. So if they're splashing green, that means they're probably playing Wither Bloom Command, so they can sacrifice this in response. Or they can sacrifice any permanent in response. Ah, that was a reason to probably strip them away from their green. Okay. Well, a little late now, but we'll still get rid of it. Cool. Not really playing well tonight, I'll say. I usually play a little bit better than this. No road either. Okay. Oh, it's -6. I don't know why I was thinking it was a -7. Golly. Oh, thank you. I'm glad you've been watching it. Yeah, this is probably not one of my best showings with this deck right now. I don't know. I don't know. We're just trying out mostly just the new, or like I said, 3-mana Chandra here. Alcohol. I was a little bit too cautious about Wither Bloom command, and I also forgot about this card. White on this one. Definitely would love to hit a road here. This is also another deck I've been kind of eyeballing as well. I don't know if this deck's actually good, like in overall meta. I think against us it's really good. Yeah, they're gonna be able to like or what is it? Not lava dart. Lava spike us each turn. Or I guess this is a better like lightning helix, I would rather say. Okay, so -3, destroy target creature. I'm sure they have an answer to Kihira. So we'll just assume that our opponent does not have an answer to Kihira other than this professor. So if they want to kill it off, that's fine. The content is super entertaining. Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. I was going to say, which one's your favorite one so far in terms of like the decks? I was going to say, I also don't do just Ponza, but I know this has been kind of a popular deck that even I've been enjoying lately, and I've getting pretty close to wanting to try this out because I am going to, what is it, SCG Con Dallas in about a month and a half. Oh, that was March. Okay. And then a month after that, going to the RC in LA. Oh my god. Totally forgot that March also gains life, so we also lose life off of that. Alright. Well, that is a redraw. We also get to see how many basic lands our opponent's playing. Guess since they're playing green, they only have a certain amount. No, we're just dead here. Well, Ponza. No, that's fair. No, totally fair, honestly. I also didn't know if like I was like kind of spamming so much with the Ponza content, but I mean everyone seems to be liking it so far, so I'll keep producing more of it. Yeah, this is the current build that I'm trying out. What was it? In the last stream, I was running 4 Flashback and wasn't running the 2 Chandras, so we're kind of doing like a 2-2 split here. And actually, Chandra there would have been fantastic to deal with that professor. The fact that these creatures come into play with haste too, we could have just been keeping that card in check. So if this is Necro, we definitely want to bring in Wear and Tears. Path to Exiles. Let's Wrath the Skies is good. Or somewhat. Well, Wrath of God kind of seems like it's overkill, I think. Same with Avengers Disassembled. Maybe we can keep it in 1. Chandra, not so much here. No, thank you. I think that's kind of what I've been seeing too, is just like I like to like the fact that like the Ponza deck got really popular all of a sudden. I kind of felt like I was maybe gonna be like one of those like wannabe Ponza players that's just like producing content out there. I can't say like I'm the best out there because I'll be honest, this is probably like my 18th league and I'm yet to make a 5-0 with Ponza, but I do keep on making changes to the deck. I've gotten really close with like 4-1s. Like the last league I did, I had to cut it off halfway because it was like getting a little bit too late. But I ended up going like 4-1 in that league, in the rest of the two because I mean I did it is in my latest video in there. Because I think the last two I was playing against like Domain Zoo and Esper Reanimator, which that's kind of a new one. Vexian Bubble. I guess Vexian Bubble would be their first Soul Spike. I don't know if we need to bring that in necessarily. We'll have two Wrath of the Skies. I don't know. Wrath of the Skies for what is it? X is 3. We do have two Get Lost here, so we have a decent amount of answers for it. I don't know if we can also bring in high. Oh, actually, a High Noon. Almost forgot about that. All right, almost out of time here. Was kind of taking too much there, but come to think about it, High Noon is actually pretty important here. Keep this since we're playing against like a Thoughtseize Inquisition deck. No, I appreciate that you like the content. I'll keep producing more, of course. I don't expect every video that I post is like a banger or anything like that, but I also just try to like kind of mix it up though, because originally I'm more of a blue-white control player, but I don't know. Ponza's just been getting like my attention the last like couple of months here. Thoughtseize probably gonna take. Okay, takes care of the Get Lost. We do have an answer to that Professor, thankfully enough. I think here we'll play Witherbloom Command, or Witherbloom Command, High Noon. I think Witherbloom Command can also deal with a High Noon. Destroys target enchantment, if I remember. What is it? They keep a card on top. I think we're still going to go Demo Field. We're going to go on their upkeep, though. Speaking of Witherbloom Command, if they get us here, that's fine. We each lose a land here. I guess they do draw 2 cards in exchange for it. They do choose to use the ability. Okay. It's better for us if they just lose the land, but I would be a little surprised there. Okay, here it's a little bit better for us. Not great, though, but they did take out the Get Lost, so yeah, Necro. Now it kind of depends on how much or how many cards they want to draw here. Down to 5. Okay, we'll play this Field Rune just to keep, what is it? Just to set it for Professor next turn. Yeah, actually High Noon, I almost forgot about bringing in High Noon. In fact, what is it? We did keep it another High Noon. So if we do get this game, we'll definitely bring in the 3rd High Noon. Actually, wow, I am almost an idiot here. Because this High Noon actually does keep this Necro in check. Ooh, a Johnny. That is sick. Okay. Think we'll still play Solitude. Of course, we could have played a Johnny and then probably a Road on. What is that? Helix to them, go down to 4, maybe, but. See if they do anything here. They can't go down to. Okay, I was gonna say they can't really go down to 5. Otherwise, they just die to a High Noon. Of course, they could respond to a Soul Spike in return. Alright, so Solitude. I think we still want to exile this. This does give them a chance to cast a spell. They don't. Orcish Bowmasters, okay. Okay, and we're actually going to Helix them. This stops it for a couple reasons here, too. So we'll just do, I don't know, red here. Just hopefully they don't have an answer to High Noon is what we're kind of looking for. I'm okay with wanting to road this now. I don't know, we might be getting into game 3 here. Feel like they probably have to go on this now. Because if they do get a Witherbloom command, they can get, yeah, I was going to say, they need to have an answer to this High Noon, I think. Shadow Doubt, oh my god. One of my favorite cards of all time. Okay. So while we could try to kill our opponent, problem is, though, they can respond to a Soul Spike. I don't like that. These fetch lands are keeping them in check. We keep this tapped. So really they have only just 4 mana until they have like an Urborg. So we'll play this Quarry Mountain. Yeah, they really can't draw any cards here. That's the thing. So because here we can go Lightning Helix our opponent. They can respond to a Soul Spike, and we can respond back with a High Noon. Let's see if they do anything with this Necro Dominance. They probably have to, yeah, I was going to say they have to pay at least 1 here. Yeah, if we sacrifice High Noon, that does incentivize them to cast multiple things. So let's start with a Quarry Mountain, see what we get here. Oh, of course, tapping out for this, they can also kill this High Noon in response. Oh, this is a March, isn't it? $11? Holy shit. Wow. Was kind of forgot about that. Okay, whoopsie. Okay. We do have a Vexing Bubble now. Play this. Yeah, that... Golly. That was kind of dumb on my end. They go down to 7. Still want to activate this, I think. And thankfully enough, they can't Soul Spike. So we have this Castle Ardvale, which is surprisingly funny against them. Yeah, they still can't crack these. Oh, they are gonna crack. Well, they are gonna crack at least a fetch. Get down to 6 here. That is one way to get rid of that. Okay. Oh. There's another high noon. Opponent can't play any spells unless we crack this now. And I think they're just dead anyways. Let's see if our opponent actually does anything with his Necro Dominance, though. Goes down to 8. Okay. Put our opponent down to 3 here. Yeah, they can't Soul Spike. And March only hits creatures and planeswalkers. Throw our opponent down to 7. Unless... Oh wait, Wither Bloom Command also gains life. But they have no force... Or, yeah, no force are in play. Okay. Yeah. Think this is game for our opponent? Two, 3, 4, 5. Game 3? Nice. Okay. Alright. I am so glad I brought in High Noon last minute. So we are bringing another one in. Wow. Kind of wonder if we should bring in Chandra Awaken Inferno. Is that just a little too cute, I wonder? Yeah, High Noon felt fantastic there. Yeah, that's another reason to be playing High Noon main board. So maybe I actually try that for another stream, just doing High Noons. Someone did kind of comment in one of my videos saying that, like, as good as Flashback is, this is not their exact quote, of course, but High Noon also kind of seems like it does kind of like the same thing in certain matchups where you want High Noon in main board. Also kind of good against Affinity too. I still think our Affinity matches pretty well. Like, pretty good. We haven't played against that in a hot minute, though. Gogori. Necro. This is something I actually do want to kind of showcase, is the Gogari Necro deck. I like that. I don't know. I don't think Legend of Roku is what we want, but I could be wrong. I don't know. It's card advantage. Do we actually even need the other Wrath of Skies? Probably not. Because we have Wear and Tear, Get Lost. Rest in Peace doesn't really do anything. God, I can't believe we almost punted that game, though. Path to Exile, probably want to keep that in for, like, some of their other creatures. Yeah, I think this probably makes sense, because we definitely want the third High Noon in, so... That did some work. I did not think that, thankfully enough, High Noon has that extra line of text of dealing 5 damage. We can always pitch a white card and ramp ourselves a little bit here. Let's see, our opponent's probably playing 4 Thoughtseize and 4 Inquisitions. I don't know if we want to... Don't know if we want to mulligan. Of course, his hand's also not great either. I don't know. I think it's okay. Yeah. Inquisition most likely going to take High Noon here. Yep. Well, we draw our land. Maybe that's why we can't kind of keep the hand anyways, because my luck, of course, they Thoughtseize us or Inquisition us. We always draw a land afterwards. We're gonna lead with fields, so that way it makes it look like we are struggling on these two lands. Bowmasters. Yeah. I guess that is one reason to kind of keep in Wrath the Skies, come to think about it. Yeah, we'll just take the 2 damage here. Continuing to fetch basics. Necrodominance. Okay. Yeah, we want to path. I almost eroded there, but we want to path instead because they do have Professor in their deck. Okay. Ooh. I actually like that. Let's do that. Chandra, let's go. Go get him, buddies. I think that's like one of her things that she says on Arena. This is a card that I was kind of hoping for last game too, because this does apply some pressure against our opponent. I know that is one downside to this Necrodominance, though. They don't draw, or at least they skip their draw. Thoughtseize. I'm glad we actually did play Chandra now. Alright, Solitude's gonna go. We have Field Rune to answer this castle. Okay, Bogart, that's kind of annoying, but they don't care about our Chandra. I guess they can deal with it next turn. Oh wow, they're gonna pay 5 life. I guess if they have a Soul Spike, they can answer Chandra here, which they do. But they have to pitch some cards to do that. Weather Balloon Charm. Yeah, trying to read this card again. Okay, it's 5 life and sacrifice a permanent. Okay. This will be on white, I think. Yeah, because we have double red. Probably just going to take the 4 damage here in case they have a Shieldred, because definitely don't want to lose to that. They keep a card on top. Okay. Probably not in a winning position here. I think we still have to strip away. I don't know, Castle, they're going to lose 6 life. If they lose 6 life, then they go down to, what is it, 5 there, which is the magical number for High Noon. So we did draw another Chandra. I guess the question is, do we tick up on Chandra to get around Soul Spike? It's better than it going to our face, so let's just attack our opponent. Opponent does know about these 3 cards in hand. Oh, Bowmasters, that's a little annoying. Okay, so they don't block. See what our opponent does with this. This, and this. I really feel like there's a Shieldred that's coming up, but we're gonna assume that they don't have it. Okay, Chandra goes down to 1. Okay, they don't have a Chandra. Or they don't have a shield, it's Bowmasters, they do have that though. Damn. I guess we should have kept it on our Wrap Disguise. And our Avengers disassembled here too. Oh my god. Yeah, I deserve to lose this one. Could have kept in at least one Wrap Disguise. Bummer. Okay. Still could kind of get there though. Probably hit their biggest creature here. Duffy Voidwalker. What is this? Shadow Doubt. That's funny. We will definitely not be searching. Alright, Professor's in. Yeah. I love this synergy. I think this is a reason to be splashing green. Okay, Price of Freedom, because there's 2 Bowmasters, that does not seem good at all. So we're gonna erode this while we can. Yeah, really have no other choice just to play this out, though. I think we're just dead, honestly. Brutal. All right. Well, if we draw a land, we can at least get rid of Duffy Voidwalker. I still think we're not going to win this. Down to 4. All they need is a Soul Spike, though. Pretty sure they have one here. Ugh. Alright. Definitely just going to call it a 1-2 here. 2, 3. Damn. Oh, no. Okay. Well, we draw a land. Still think that they have a removal spell, though. Oops. Solitude hits this. We block here. Oh, okay. Lose 4, gain 3. So it would be going down to 1 here. Oh, that works too. Okay. Well, GG opponent. Alright. Well, sadly, that was a 2-3 league. Bummer. Yeah, we lost to Boris Energy first round. Second round, Espergoria, we beat that. That was a clean 2-0, which typically we don't even win in game 1 there sometimes. Round 3 was Jeskai Flash, that was an easy 2-0. Fighting Reg, we just got wrecked both games. Of course, game 2 I kind of punted with not using Get Lost there. Yeah, this one definitely didn't play well in the last 2 rounds here, but I don't know. This was still fine playing the 3-mana Chandra. I think 3-mana Chandra really did some work, especially against. I think we had a good example in Espergorio where we got to use her -2 ability at least twice. And I think that's just kind of good enough as it is there too, because if you just use a 3-mana -2 ability twice there, just to go Price of Freedom, hit their lands, strip them off of that, and draw cards off of it, I think that's good. She also is able to make 1/1 tokens. I mean, we'll take a look at the deck here. This is what I played. Of course, in that last one, I probably should have at least kept in at least some number of Wrath of the Skies. Of course, we didn't even have Avengers Disassembled there. Avengers Disassembled would have been huge there. I don't know what else I probably would have taken out. I mean, we definitely take out the Wrath of God. There were, yeah, probably could have taken out maybe 1 Chandra, possibly, but I don't know. This also works well with Ajani, which is another reason why I kind of wanted to try it out, because I think if you go Chandra turn 3, you can use her loyalty because you're not really doing anything on the same turn with using her -2 ability. So really she goes up to 5. And then if you play Ajani, Ajani can pretty much start out at 5 if you take it up again. And funny enough, we are also playing 6-mana Chandra, so we can go. I mean, it's kind of a cute world doing this, but I don't think it's like nothing too spectacular or anything like that. But it's what is it? Chandra would be at 9 loyalty, which can be a little bit hard to deal with. But yeah, I don't know. I would probably try this out. There's another, funny enough, there's another late night RCQ that I'm going to go to tomorrow. Yeah, there's a trend here in Colorado with late night RCQs, but this one, I'm already qualified for the RC. I'm just mainly doing this to go with a buddy of mine where my buddy is trying to win an RCQ, so he can, that way they can definitely be qualified for the RC in LA, but still going to LA regardless of qualification or not. Could probably just do some last minute qualifiers if that's the case, but I think this is going to be the last one that they're probably going to be able to do. So, but as far as that one goes, I actually don't own these, but I can't imagine that they cost an arm and a leg. But chances are I'll probably just end up playing like the 4 flashbacks if I can't get these Chandras by tomorrow. So, all right, I'm gonna call the stream quits here for tonight. I know it's a little bit of a short stream, but I do have to be up and early tomorrow morning. So, yeah, wish me luck tomorrow at the RCQ, and thanks for watching, everybody. You all have a good night.